Now, the unofficial start of summer is tomorrow, and many people are starting to get that itch. They want to get away, they want to travel. And if you're planning to travel this summer, you may want to consider taking out travel insurance for a lot of reasons. And joining us to explain why this could ease your mind, it's Scott Keyes, the founder of Scott's Cheap Flights and author of Take More Vacations. I love that. Scott's Cheap Flights. That's good stuff. Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, so I will admit, every time I go to schedule a trip, there is that little box you check. Do you want travel insurance? I always skip over it because it costs more money. You say I'm making a bad decision.
Well, what I would recommend basically is making sure that if you're hoping to get travel insurance, if you're hoping to make sure you're protected at your bottom line, reading the fine print ahead of time rather than doing what most folks do is wait until you need to file a claim to read the fine print and then figure out, am I actually covered for this thing that I'm hoping to get reimbursed for? So knowing before you buy rather than after you buy.
Okay, can you give us kind of a general idea? So what does travel insurance cover? What is it likely not to cover?
Yeah, so it'll cover a number of different things, everything from, if you were to get in many cases, if you get sick while you are on vacation, if you need to take an emergency flight home, maybe if your flight gets delayed or canceled or your bag gets damaged or lost, all these different situations, but therein lies the rub. There are so many different things that can exist under the umbrella of travel insurance that it's hard to say with any sort of specificity what exactly you'll be covered for unless you delve in and unless you look at the actual fine print, because it can vary pretty widely from insurance product to insurance product.
Now, there are some that kind of cover everything, right? There's a cancel for any reason policy. Does that kind of all encompassing?
That's exactly right. So there is the most expensive form of travel insurance is called cancel for any reason insurance. And this is what allows you to just decide, oh, I don't want to take that trip that I'd already booked to Cancun for whatever, X, Y, or Z reason. And so I'd like to get my money back for the ticket. Now, the problem is a lot of folks assume that the normal travel insurance they buy just allows them to decide, well, I don't want to take this flight that I'd already booked. I'm going to cancel and get my money back. But it's a lot of folks were in for a rude awakening this time about a year ago and realized that the insurance that they had bought did not allow them to just get their money back for a flight they'd booked. They needed to have booked the much more expensive cancel for any reason insurance, which again, not only costs more upfront, but usually only reimburses you about 75% of the ticket price.
Okay, now I'm one of those people that's about ready to start traveling and things are booking up. So are there some places, I know you have 3 places we can go right now and kind of get that vacation going?
That's right. So if you're hoping to travel for the summer, time is of the essence. I would really recommend trying to book your flight sooner rather than later. If you wait until the last minute, flights are liable to be quite expensive. We're still seeing some great deals even out of Philadelphia, a few of the most recent ones. Flights this summer out of Philadelphia to Greece for $523 round trip, which again is open for American travelers. We found flights from Philadelphia to Jamaica for $287 round trip,
okay.
And even domestically, Philadelphia to Alaska for $265 round trip. So these deals are still popping up, but they might not much longer.
I like it. I like it. I'm getting ready to start traveling. If people want to go ahead and follow you and keep up to date with all this information, how do we find you?
That's right. So if you'd like to get notified next time a cheap flight pops up out of your home airport, go sign up for free at scottscheapflights.com.
I like it. We'll make sure we get that up at our fox29.com website and also on our app that people should be downloading so they can get those notifications. Scott, thank you. You have a great morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. You take care.